Wouldn't this be crazy if the light turned green and an old lady got hit by a car and a Tyrannosaurus ran across the street? I'll bet on that. Are you sure, man? I mean, dinosaurs are extinct. You sure you want to bet on that? It's a lock. I'll go $4,000. Pay up. Before we even start placing our bets, I want to make something very clear. We are in no way, shape, or form telling you to seriously consider sports betting as a reliable means of making money, or saving for retirement, or paying for your son's college. It would be the equivalent of me telling you that the best way to find out if you're still allergic to peanuts is to eat one right now. Which, if you have a peanut allergy, we are not telling you to do that either. Today, we're going to be giving a little common sense introduction to sports betting, how to do it smart, and how to avoid falling into any holes or traps associated with gambling. Sports betting is the activity of predicting the outcome of a sports event and placing a wager on that result. It's one of the most popular forms of gambling worldwide. It covers a vast range of sports, from football, basketball, baseball, horse racing, tennis, esports, and yes, even water polo. Sports betting can be done in various formats, including online platforms, at physical sports books, or even informally with friends or colleagues. So yeah, even at your niece's next soccer game, you can bet on that. Now make sure you check your state regulations and laws concerning sports betting. So let's talk about some types of bets that are out there. The money line bet. This is the simplest form of bet, where you pick which team or player will win. The odds will reflect the likelihood of an event happening and determine the payout. If one team is seen as the underdog and you bet on them and win, usually there's a higher payout associated with that. Point spread bet. This involves betting on the margin of victory. The favorite team must win by a certain number of points, while the underdog can either win or lose by fewer points than the spread. In a basketball game, the Bulls might be minus 7.5, meaning that they need to win by more than 7.5 points. The Lakers might be plus 7.5, meaning they can either win or lose by fewer than 7.5 points in order to win the bet. Parlay bet. A parlay involves combining multiple bets into a wager. For a parlay to win, all the individual bets must be successful. Parlays generally involve higher payouts because they are more difficult to win. For example, it would be like betting Myles Garrett completes a pass, Jared Goff making a tackle, and whoever the Bills punter is getting a touchdown. If all those things were to happen, you could potentially win big. Futures bet. This bet is based on the outcome of a future event, such as which team will win the championship, or what player will win the MVP, or the over-under of a team's total wins. It's generally done before or very early in a sports season. Now that you know what these things are, you may be downloading DraftKings as we speak, but you should be warned. There's potentially life-damaging effects for getting too into sports betting. Hey man, can I borrow like $300? Didn't you just get $4,000 for betting me that a literal dinosaur would run across the street? And it happened? Yeah, well, I bet that $4,000 that the Las Vegas Raiders will get to the Super Bowl. What were you thinking? I mean, even a dinosaur coming back to life is more realistic. I'll Venmo you, but look, don't bet this money, okay? Thanks, Brody. What was I saying? Oh yeah, sports betting is gambling, period. Understand that it is all a game of chance. And if you bet too much, too often, you can quickly end up in dire financial straits. Gambling has been a constantly growing problem since its legalization, with young men in particular feeling the effects. Live betting is especially notorious in that it presents constant real-time feedback loops that could make somebody want to put more money on the table since they can see their betting paying off in real time. A study from the National Council on Problem Gambling reported that around 3 to 4% of adults in the United States have experienced some sort of gambling problem. So please be careful. And if you find yourself going broke on a bet, maybe it's time to hop off the sports books. So now that we've covered everything, I realize that some of you may still want to put money on the Toronto Maples to win the cup. I won't lie, sports betting can be fun. It can make a sports game that could otherwise be boring, exciting. So if you're gonna bet, let me give you some tips to gamble responsibly. Step 1, setting a budget. I know, nobody likes when I say budget. Only wager what you can afford to lose. Think of it like clock management. You only get so many minutes in a game. If you're down by 7 with 3 minutes left, you might have to throw. But if you're up by 7 with 3 left, you might want to run to chew the clock.
You know what? I'm going to tell you something. Running a counter, very respectable because you had the defense on that side. He's only got one, and your tight end can chip.
Yeah.
I mean, he's only got one guy to block. I mean,
I'm all about a sports strategy, dude. I know so much about that.
Running a counter out of the gun like that,
it's bold.
It is. It's bold. It's bold.
By the way, if you don't know what any of these words in my example mean, you probably shouldn't be betting on football anytime soon. Successful betting oftentimes relies on understanding the sport, the teams, and the context of the game. It's like taking stock of the corners that your receivers are matched up with. One of them might be coming off for an injured player, which gives you a better matchup. Now, avoid emotional betting. Don't bet on your favorite team just because you're loyal to them. Focus on value and analysis. Yes, you might be a Jets fan, but let's face it, Big Keith has a better chance of making a Super Bowl appearance than them. Place your bets rationally. Be aware of bias. Don't bet with a gut feeling. Take some proper research. Sports betting is often a numbers game. Even if the coverage is showing a single high safety, it doesn't mean that it's cover 1. It could be any coverage. So watch how the defenders move. Okay, sports bettors, that's our show. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you. Hey man, remember that $300 that you gave me? Well, I just won $7 million by betting that the Chiefs would get caught cheating sometimes this year. Well, that's great. $7 million, man, you could take that, put it into an IRA, do a whole bunch of stuff with that. And potentially have so much money for retirement, you won't have to worry at all. Me and you, we could go somewhere, and it's gone. What do you mean it's gone? How do you lose $7 million? Yeah, I bet all the money on Kevin's daughter, Kiera, scoring a goal on her first game. I know she was only 5, but felt like a lock to BH. We'll see you next time.